Howdy, and welcome to another episode of the Bun and Beard vlog, the Calpe Chronicles. I'm a little behind schedule today. Still in my PJs. The girls have gone off on a 5-hour epic slug around the coastline. It's pretty windy out there today, really gusty. Chris and I are due to go out and do 3 hours in a few minutes. He's making a few calls. I've got a few bits of personal admin to do. As you can see, I'm not ready. So let's first and foremost, let's take care of that. That's better. Now and some kit, hold on. That's better. I wanted to cover off a couple of questions that have cropped up over the last few videos, dispel a few myths, enlighten you guys as to what a training camp really is. What is it? How is that different from going to an event or going on a holiday or just riding your bike? There's a couple of nuances which I think make a training camp stand out from everything else, and I wanted to take the time to explain them because it might be something in future years you want to do yourself. There are loads of easy ways to replicate what we're doing. There's nothing special about it. Point number 1, training camp. Just to clear this up right from the off, there are no tents involved. None. We are not camping. Point number 2, how does it differ from a cycling holiday? Which I think is a really interesting, really good question to ask. Loads of people go on cycling holidays or active holidays every year. What's the key difference between that and being on a training camp? It's how you prioritise your time. What are you here for? And actually I think mostly it comes down to the time, how you use your time when you're not on the bicycle. I love me a good cycling holiday. I do them all the time. Go on cycling trips, do some bike packing, whatever it happens to be, I love it. A training camp is a little bit more nuanced. So, the difference being, on a holiday, when you're not on the bike, it's all about relaxing, enjoying yourself, spending time with your family, with your friends, having a few beers, maybe doing a bit of sightseeing, going for a hike, whatever it happens to be. Or you're typically moving from point A to point B and kind of staying in different places, seeing some different sights. On a training camp, what you do with your time when you're off the bike is basically nothing. You're spending all of your spare time with your feet up, resting, not doing anything, not really walking around, not really going off on a hike, not really seeing any sights. You're literally prioritising the next day's training. It's all about the time with the feet up, doing nothing. You've heard us talk a lot in the last few days about efforts, and if you haven't watched the discussion with Coach Ken, one of our previous videos, go and watch that. It's really insightful. It talks all about training and mindset of being an athlete. I think, again, coming back to it, that's the real key difference here. It's all about mindset. If you're on a cycling holiday with some friends, mate, that's awesome. I love that. But you're there to have fun. On a training camp, you're here to really focus on your fitness and walk away measurably fitter than when you came. Now, it doesn't matter if when you came your fitness was really, really low because you're just at the start of a training cycle, or you might just be recovering from your last event. It doesn't matter if you come into camp really, really fit and you're just trying to tune yourself up before race season starts. It doesn't matter. Example, I'm at a very different stage to where Chris is. Chris having already done an event already this year and is recovering from it. I haven't yet done my first race. The point being, it doesn't matter what your goals are in training camp. You come to camp with goals, you work towards them sustainably every day, and you walk away stronger and fitter. And that's the key thing. You're prioritising those goals. Nothing else matters. So, a training camp is all about mindset, and what you're looking to get out of the time. How do you go on a training camp? How do you organise a training camp? Or how do you find a training camp? That's a question I've been asked a few times. It's really simple. Anyone can go on a training camp. We come on training camp with our race team because there's a good number of us and we can organise it, and then we can all ride together and work together and kind of be in this journey together. It's very difficult to go on a camp by yourself because in all that downtime, sitting around with your feet up, you get a bit bored. It's nice to have some camaraderie. So we hang out as a group, we ride as a group, we train as a group. That makes the whole thing a lot easier. Basically go with any group. You can go with a group of friends, you can go with a local club. Most local coaches, race teams, clubs, they'll all host an early season training camp. If you want to go on one of these kind of things to help improve your fitness for later on in the year, go and find a local club. Go and find a local team. Go and find a local coach. I guarantee you they will host a training camp to somewhere like Calpe, Mallorca, Gran Canaria, Tenerife. They'll take you, they'll look after you, they'll show you the ropes, and you'll get some quality riding in. And that's what it's all about. Getting quality riding in, and then quality rest. And of course, lots of snacks. So, do you need to be somewhere like this for an effective training camp? Why can't you just do one from home? Well, that's a very good question. The thing that you get from being in a place like this, or like I said, Mallorca or Gran Canaria or Tenerife or Girona, any of those places, windy, you get a bit of wind. The thing you get with the nice weather at this time of year is the consistency of riding. You could do a training camp at home, but especially in the UK, in the winter months, you could have 2 or 3 days completely washed out. That's going to make your training much harder than it needs to be, or it's going to put you in danger of having a spill on the road, or more likely catching a cold from being outside for a long ass time. Don't forget, this is all about getting in quality training. So we come to somewhere where the weather is really stable, it's really warm, we know we're going to be able to get outside every single day of camp, rack up those miles, tick off our training goals. So, being away from home means you don't have all the distractions you would have being at home. Picking up the kids, doing a bit of extra work even though you've booked the time off.
You've got kids?
No.
Okay.
Oh, do I?
I hope not.
All those little distractions that would take away from, as I said before, the core focus, just riding your bike and resting. That's what training camp's all about. And now it's riding time. Got all our thingies done. Gonna head out for 3 hours in the sunshine. We're looking forward to a nice ride with Mr. Hall. Where is he? Probably trapped in the tiny lift. Oh, hello!
It's aggressive, isn't it?
It is. Done at the top of the hill. Time for a little coffeenio, I think. Head back down there. Oh, here comes Mr. Hall. Oh, hello, sir. First one to the coffee shop buys the coffee. See you there. What's that? Down. Oh. Cake, almond tart, banana bread, that's a bit of it.
Got that touch, that's a start. Got the motion, got the heart. But this city stays the same. Giving up, playing dead. At least that's what you said.
2, 3.
I like that, back of base. So the quick cheeky cerveza. And time to go put our feet up. Engage rest mode. Because after all, that's what we're here for. Ride bikes, rest mode. That's it. Maybe I'll go to drone club. Who knows? Yo.
Yes.
How's your bicycle riding? Yeah?
Oh, nice, yeah.
You had a massive beaming smile on your face when you got back.
I was like, yes, I did it. Well, I thought we might not get 5 done today, let alone anything decent, because when we set off this morning it was so windy. I think it was just like, I don't know, maybe just however Calpe is, like it was making the wind really bad and gusty, so we went up Vanessa and it was a bit like, just would decide after that if we actually carried on the ride. And we did 75 miles today, 120 k's.
Lovely.
For everybody's different metrics. Not, yeah, like I say, not a great deal of climbing. It's always rolling around here, but not loads of climbing. And the sun came out, but then at one point we thought we were going to get rained on. So it was a bit of an all kinds of things day. Gilet on, gilet off, gilet on. Zipped up, unzipped.
Another day boxed off.
Another day boxed off, feeling good.
What you got tomorrow?
5 hours again. I think tomorrow's a bit like just ride. Don't really watch the heart rate, just sort of ride. And see how you feel. Cool. And then Monday's meant to be 6 hours, but it's also meant to be raining.
Might have a rethink.
So we might have to replan.
Fine.
So yes.
Give me a fist bump.
Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and yeah, keep enjoying our videos. Thanks very much.